24 hours ago, a great America, in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, declared Donald J. Trump, host of The Apprentice, the leader of the free world. This momentous decree came as a great beacon of light of hope to millions of the alt-right who had been seared in the flames of withering white privilege. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of the 8-year presidency of a man who they believe is a Kenyan Muslim socialist. But tonight, apart from the jubilation of those who supported Donald Trump, I see an America that is divided. Only 24 hours after the election, the rational, the Hispanic, the African American, the woman, the Muslim, is still sadly crippled by the manacles, fear of being deported, marginalized, or even worse, have their genitalia grabbed. 24 hours after the election, many of us are living a nightmare worse than Elm Street. Right now, there is a Hispanic waitress who gets a receipt that says, "We only tip citizens." Right now, there is a Muslim that takes off her hijab before going on the airplane because they don't want to be looked at a certain way. Right now, there is some young black driver afraid that they might get shot by a cop, just like they have been for decades before. Nothing new there, but in a sense we have come to this comedy club to cash a check. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they could never have imagined, not in a dream, not in the Matrix, not in a drug-induced state known as the K-hole, that Trump would be the one we entrusted to cash that check. This check was a promise that all men, yes, black men as well as white men, but especially white men, be guaranteed the unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It is obvious today that we have elected a man baby have you, who will undoubtedly default on this promissory note insofar as her citizens of color, different religion or gender, or a sane and rational mind are concerned. Instead of honoring this sacred obligation, this election has given us not only a bad check, but a bad bank. The bank is called Trump Bank. It's right next to Trump University. And while this Trump Bank looks nice and shiny on the outside, it is full of dead men's bones, ex-wives, and empty Tic-Tac containers. We shall soon see that the check we seek to cash will come back marked insufficient funds. But for many Americans, they have refused to believe that Donald Trump and his bank of false hope are bankrupt. They have refused to believe that there are insufficient funds in the black hole of Trump Bank. There are many of us who know this. And for those of us, I make this plea. Now is not the time to debate, discuss, or analyze how this happened. Now is not the time to plan a political revolution or think about who could defeat Trump in the next election. No, it is not the time for any of those things. Now is the time to run from the dark and desolate valley of a Trump administration to the sunlit path of Justin Trudeau's Canada. Now is the time to flee from the quicksands of Trump, Pence, Bannon, and the Aryan rock of brotherhood. Now is the time, in the words of Canadian-born Drake, to just hold on. We're going home.